Hello, Scattered Sheep, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about watching the entertainment that we choose, that you watch. I have made a conscious decision not to watch TV. It's been years since I watched TV, so I didn't really know what was in store for me when someone put me on to one of the television shows that seemed, that got good reviews by everybody, and everybody seemed to be talking about it and all that. So I give it a shot. Television has become very pornographic. Now I know y'all thinking, when was the last time she watched TV? Well, it's been a while. The last time I watched TV, even during the mature audience television, they would block out F-bombs. It wasn't so pornographic. It wasn't so, they wouldn't show drug use. But now they do all of those things. And it seems like they don't care about people's spiritual health at that point. Because a lot of people will say if you choose to watch a show that's rated MA, that's what you're going to get. However, the subliminal messaging and the programming that it gives people, okay, that is what is dangerous. And the human brain is like a computer. What needs to happen is these shows need to be cut and edited for television. Now they don't. And I am actually happy that I stopped watching television. I would suggest throwing all the television sets out, getting rid of cable, even down to the children, the demonic programming that Walt Disney gives to our children. Now, I'm not going to get into that, the subliminal messages, the demonic subliminal messages, but just look at what we see here. Jim Carrey in a Christmas Carol came out in 2009, produced by Walt Disney. I was watching it one day and I was like, whoa, this is super demonic right now. Super demonic. Black horse with red eyes running after this man, ghosts or demons, if you will, of Christmas coming to straighten him out about his beliefs. Man, it's and this is supposed to be for children. I had to check twice to make sure it was produced by Walt Disney, but why am I surprised? The witchcraft and everything else, and they have us paying high prices for this stuff. Cable is a bill that is just pointless to me because there's not a lot of wholesome television out there. How do you keep up with current events? I have a cell phone. That's like the internet right at the palm of your hand at all times. What is entertainment? Is worldly. Is what the world glorifies. Is what they want to program you to glorify. Your brain sends signals. The television or whatever device you're on is receiving those signals as well as giving signals and programming you. I have heard people say, listen, I can get away with a murder because I watched CSI and all this crime stuff, putting, just putting public safety at danger. In at risk. Okay. So at the end of the day, I'm here to wake everyone up about entertainment. Get rid of it. Get rid of Netflix. Get rid of cable and choose your wholesome programming. Because at the end of the day, if you let that television get the best of you, it will. If you let your device get the best of you, it will. If you are not awake to what these devices are doing to you, you will be enslaved to it. All your time will go to it. And it's not doing anything but making you spiritually dirty. There's nothing about it that makes it wholesome. So we're going to read about how Father Yah feels and Yeshua's prayer about the world. We know that the world is ruled by the wicked. We know that the world is ruled by Satan. All because of what Adam and Eve did. They chose to listen to Satan instead of Father Yah. And now we have fallen from that grace. But who runs the world because of that decision? Satan. So I want everybody to turn to Ephesians chapter 6, verses. We're going to read verses 10 through 12. Finally, go on acquiring power in the Lord and in the mightiness of his strength. Put on the complete suit of armor from God, so that you may be able to stand firm against the crafty acts of the devil. Because we have a struggle, not against blood and flesh, but against governments, against the authorities, against the world rulers of this darkness, against the wicked spirits in the heavenly places. Now, King Solomon was talking about a different type of struggle here. Crafty acts of the devil. How is the devil getting into your house? By that television set, by your cell phone, by the internet. He can get in just like that. It only takes one pop-up. It only takes one little thing to set you off into a frenzy of sin. Think about it. When people try to eat healthy and they're on diets and stuff, all they see is food commercials, trying to get them to break and renounce their path to healthiness. Okay? That's just an example. And he said against governments, against authorities. And that is basically what the government approves what goes on the TV. The government approves of what the newscasters say. They can't say anything that they want. So having that said, we must put on the complete armor of God and fight these crafty acts of the devil in the programming, and also the rulers of the darkness against the spirit forces in heavenly places. Wow. That means that not just the devil is after us, we got to fight his little crew, his little demon crew that rebelled against Father Yah and haven't been casted down here yet. Heavenly places. Okay, we got to fight them. We have to put on the full armor of God and not let these things get the best of us. Crafty acts. Think about that for a second, y'all. Crafty. Okay? So now we're going to go on to James chapter 4, verse 4. Adulteresses, do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Whoever therefore wants to be a friend of the world is making himself an enemy of God. Now, if you love what's on television, you love the world, you love everything that it has to offer, you love all of the entertainment, you don't want to let it go, you want it, you're cool with the programming, you're cool with the subliminal messaging, you're cool with the blatant disrespect to God, then you are an enemy of God. You have made yourself an enemy of God. And we all know what happens to the enemies of God. Okay? You cannot be a friend of this world and say that you love God too, because the ruler of this world is Satan. And we need to put on the full armor of God to defend against his crafty acts. One of his crafty acts is our devices. Our devices, our televisions. Anything that will program you and give you subliminal messaging to even devil worship. Oh, we think, oh my goodness, that was an awesome performance. Oh my goodness, but we didn't see what type of worship we were watching, or even possibly participating in by putting our energy towards it. Oh, I gotta go watch the Grammys. I always do that. See, I used to be one of them. Until I opened my eyes and saw the devil worship that they were doing every single performance. Devil worship during even the football games. We will continue this study in this Watch Your Entertainment segment. And please do your own research on the subliminal messaging. And there's this guy called, he calls his channel Call for an Uprising. He's got a lot of videos on the symbolism, on the ridiculousness that's going on right in front of our faces. And we as a people must put on the full armor of God and call this out. So that way people do not get hypnotized into thinking that this is the way the world is, and you should make a friend of the world. Because if you make a friend of the world, you made an enemy of God. James 4:4. Please remember. Please do not give in to what the world wants. Do not give in to what Satan wants. We must put on the full armor of God. Thank you so much for tuning in, Scattered Sheep. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in.